The gentleman from Minnesota is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, H.R. 6377 directs the CFTC to utilize all of its authority, including its emergency powers, to immediately curb the role of excessive speculation, if any, in the energy and swaps futures market within its jurisdiction, and to eliminate any unlawful activity causing major market disturbances that prevent the market from accurately reflecting the forces of supply and demand of energy commodities. Mr. Speaker, I don't think I would be covering any new ground in this chamber if I were to speak about high prices of gasoline. Everybody in this chamber understands that problem. But, Mr. Speaker, a growing number of people believe a flood of speculative money into the energy futures is driving the increase in prices. The weak dollar and increased worldwide demand has led to a greater number of well-capitalized investors into the commodities futures market, including the crude oil market, as these investors seek greater returns than they traditionally found in cash and securities. It is undeniable that this group of institutional investors has a greater presence in the future market than before. So what we're doing here is asking the CFTC to look into this, use the powers that they have to look at this situation and determine, give us a report, which they've already done in the past. They've looked at this, but we're asking them to take one more look to make sure that these additional monies that are coming into the futures market are not having any undue effect on prices that people are concerned about. You know, the chief regulator, the CFT is the chief regulator of the commodity futures and options market. It's their responsibility to identify, pursue, and prosecute fraud in this area, and I believe they're doing a good job in that regard. His staff have testified repeatedly before a number of committees, including ours, that at this point they can see no evidence of speculation causing problems in these markets. But there's a lot of folks that are concerned that this is going on, and so we're asking them to take one more look. Under the current law, U.S. traders can execute transactions in West Texas Intermediate crude oil, which is the benchmark oil contract on the NYMEX, a CFTC-regulated exchange, and on London's ICE exchange that's regulated by the United Kingdom's FSA. The CFTC, however, has information on the positions of traders on the NYMEX that they don't have on the traders on ICE. And this is part of the issue that's caused us to be concerned, because we don't have complete information on exactly what's going on in all of these markets. So, Mr. Speaker, CFTC right now is taking steps to gain more information. They've gone into an agreement with the FSA to expand this trading data, and that is all good, and we welcome these steps, but we believe that more should be done. CFTC should immediately take these steps to utilize their authority to make sure that there, as I said before, there is not excessive speculation in these markets. We in the Agriculture Committee are going to work with the CFTC to try to acquire more information, and once we get back here in July, we are going to thoroughly examine all of the bills that have been introduced on this area in a methodical way. We're going to listen to all sides, and we're going to try to move ahead with a consensus bill if we can come to a consensus about what, if anything, should be done to move on this situation. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm here today to, we hope, provide a useful and reasonable voice to come to the right conclusion and get the right answers about what is going on in the futures market and what is going on with oil prices in this country, and I reserve the balance of my time. Speaker, I want to say to my good friend Mr. Goodlatte that I appreciate his support for this measure, and what we're trying to do in our committee is to develop a consensus as we move through this issue. And there are a lot of different ideas, a lot of different opinions out there, a lot of bills that have been introduced. This is a step that we can make today, I think, on a basis where we can come together and make sure that the CFTC is using the powers that they have to examine this market and make sure that the speculation, the extra money that's coming in is being done properly and is not affecting these markets in a way that is not appropriate. And I trust that they will do that job. But moving forward, what we intend to do, as I said earlier, as soon as we come back here from the July recess, our committee will convene on Wednesday after we come back, and we will examine all of the bills that have been introduced or are introduced in the meantime, and we will have a debate on, and what we will try to do in that committee is to sort through all of this and hopefully come to a consensus about what is the appropriate way for us to move ahead. These are very complicated markets and issues, and I want to make sure that whatever we do is the appropriate response, and as somebody said earlier, we don't have unintended consequences because of the actions that we take here. So I look forward to working with my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, with my colleagues on this side of the aisle, to find a consensus that can have bipartisan support like we achieved on the Farm Bill, to move something ahead that makes sense for the American people and gets the right answer. So with that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time and urge the adoption of the bill.
Question